Herzlich willkommen zu der Live-Session. Eine große Ehre, eine große Ehre. Ich hatte ja vor, euch ein bisschen was über New Notes zu erzählen. Ciao, limbo dei profumi, ciao a tutti, hallo ihr Lieben. Ja, und wie das Schicksal es wollte, hat sich Cristian Calabrò gemeldet. Der Mann, die Nase hinter all diesen Düften. Ich glaube, ich sage nicht zu viel, wenn wir... Ciao, Mauro! Ich sage nicht zu viel, wenn ich sage, dass ich und aus Liebe zum Duft, meine lieben Freunde von aus Liebe zum Duft, uns unglaublich freuen, dass wir die Brand nach Deutschland quasi geholt haben, exklusiv. Ich glaube, ihr alle habt schon ein bisschen was gesehen. Einige haben was gerochen. Das soll sich natürlich ändern. Deswegen werden wir auch 3 Discovery Sets rausgeben. Und ja, ich freue mich drauf auf euer Feedback. Es wird fantastisch. Und tja, oh, Cristian è qui con noi. Cristian ist hier. Also, was ich sagen wollte, Cristian Calabrò, der Mann hinter den Düften. Wir haben ein bisschen geschrieben, wir kennen uns schon ein bisschen länger, haben uns das erste Mal die Tage auf der Extrait live kennengelernt. Und dann meinte er zu mir, er wird das Ganze verfolgen. Und dann kam es dazu, dass ich ihn einfach mal gefragt habe, willst du denn nicht dabei sein? Und tatsächlich hat das dann irgendwie eingerichtet. Ich lade ihn jetzt einfach mal ein, weil niemand besser das erklären kann, um was es geht. Ich bin gespannt, wie es läuft. Wir haben nichts abgesprochen. Also, ab geht's. Ich muss mal gucken, wie ich ihn hier einladen kann. So. Ti ho appena mandato un invito.
Ok.
Che piacere.
Aspetta un attimo, ma che...
Come stai? Tutto bene?
Oh.
We are switching to English. My English is not perfect.
My English isn't perfect, so I'll try to speak in English, but okay, we try. So if you want, I can speak Italian, you can translate in German.
I think sometimes we will fall in Italian. I don't know what the people would say, but I think it will be okay when some of us will have a little bit of problems with the English. So we step by step we were doing. So first of all, thank you much for your time. It is an absolute honor and pleasure. And yeah, welcome.
Oh,
welcome.
well, quite a little bit tired because I worked also yesterday, and today is my day of rest. But tomorrow I return back to the office. There was an the exhibition last week is very. I was very busy, so I meet you, but also you are very busy.
Oh yeah. We wanted to do an interview, and I was so happy about it.
We work a lot last week and also this week. Okay, but okay, it's fine. I thank you because for these meetings to give me the possibility to speak about my creation of new notes. Okay.
It was fantastic to see you, to hear you, that you said, hey, I'm with you. So because just I had the plan to talk about these wonderful fragrances, but who can explain it better than you? So it was just an explosion in my feelings that I said, wow, he will talk about it, so all the people can learn even better about it. So I think we should start to ask you, just in general, what is the vision of New Notes in your thoughts, in your opinion?
The brand say me that the owner of the brand asked me to give a new interpretation of the kind of classic notes, but with a new interpretation, a new vision, with modern touch of classic fragrances that are developed in a different way. It's not a classical perfume, so we use the classical note, but with a different interpretation. So there is also Talco is a beautiful fragrance. So there is a lot of Talco in the past from like a fragrance. But this in new notes we try to treat it in a different uh, way, in a modern, with a touch of modernity.
Already that
The,
you
the
mentioned talco, I think that could be the one we could start with. But before, I just want to tell the people who don't know you. I don't
no,
think so. There
no,
are
there
so
is a
many,
lot of
but
they don't
just
know me.
to just to remind the people, I think most of the German people knows I think so they know your name, but they know the fragrances. Roberto Ugolini, the creations with you are involved, so many people
Yeah.
know these perfumes, but you did so many things. Bottega Italiana Spigo, House of Wood.
Uh,
You did so
there,
wonderful
there is a
things.
lot of fragrance that I did. So also I saw Mauro in this year. Galardi, Mauro Galardi is here. So,
Yeah,
ciao
so
Mauro.
yes. What a ciao, bello, ciao. What a beautiful brand, also. Yeah, Bottega Italiana Spigo. So, yeah, I think we should start to smell talco, and you just guide us
Yeah,
through the nose. I think so, or just your vision, your interpretation.
I'm sorry.
Tutto bene, Mauro. Spero anche tu.
Okay.
Talco. Okay, here we are. There are existing so many, but this is unique. This is different. This is different.
It's made. Yeah, Taiko is a fragrance of contemporary collection, the black bottle. So the black bottle is a contemporary collection, is a new vision of classical notes. Okay, so the bottle is minimal and very minimal. Also, the box is focused on ambient. So there is recycled paper. But talk about the perfume. So in Taiko, there is a floral musk fragrance based on a iris and overdose of iris. So the because the brand, the owner, uh, and
That's
very dry. So there is a lot of Taiko, but this is dry and also soft and comfortable. Because she asked me, Cindy, the owner of the brand, asked me to create a fragrance that remember his child this baby was born. So when it's very little baby, so you use in Italy because she's French, so she said me that they didn't use charcoal for baby. But she live in Italy.
remember in my childhood,
Borotalco, yeah.
Borotalco, the classic
Well,
brand. You
every
know,
change of
yes, yes,
Panolino, I don't know how it is, but you use a charcoal for a baby.
yeah,
So she asked me to recreate
yeah.
this effect of the powdery soft note of the talco with a modern touch. So this talco is soft, powdery, very elegant, but also is a little bit sexy for a woman.
Yes,
The floral one, yes.
the
There is a
floral
lot
notes are
of flowers. So it's
so powerful.
based on iris, but there is a lot of rose, jasmine, ylang, and after there is the wood in the bottom note. So sandalwood and ambery and a touch of vanilla. It's not very sweet, but a touch of vanilla that round the composition. And after, obviously, musk, a lot of musk.
I'm smelling some similarity of the type of musk that we are coming later on. So just I feel your signature.
Yes, my
There's
hand.
your signature in the fragrance. Yeah, perfect. So when we get to that point, I just ask the people to leave some questions. And one interesting question was somebody asked, how does it feel as a perfumer when a brand comes to you and say, hey, don't make one fragrance for us, do 6 fragrances. And one, you know, the launch was exactly 6 fragrances, and they are all yours. How does it feel? Is it something that I don't know the
I'm
word.
very proud.
Yeah, it's English. Harms you, challenging, or is it something? Oh
Yes, it's very
that's good.
challenging. I'm very proud that they choose me for launch this new brand with the 6 fragrance. But it's a project that starts 3 years ago. I don't remember well, because last year they launched the 6 fragrance, but I have a time to create 6 fragrance. So the project start 1 year before, of 1.5 years before the launch of the product. So I'm very challenging because 6 fragrance is not easy. Different, 6 fragrance, very different. It's not easy, but I'm very proud of this. So I'm very grateful to Cindy to give me this possibility. Uh,
Job. You did an absolute great job. We have as you said, they are all different. Then a seventh came
yeah,
out on the first
the
day
last
of the
the last
exams.
one is came out
Also,
track.
we yeah, and so we have a line of so many different fragrances. I'm just curious what comes next. So somebody also said, will there come a new holographic collection thing? I said, I thought
I don't
maybe
know.
we will see.
Maybe.
We don't know. Okay. Maybe. Okay. That was Talco. So beautiful. I think we should. Have you got a certain number for the way we should go for the fragrances,
No,
or
keep
should I
choosing.
choose
No.
and we? My honor. So because today I'm
What?
wearing Rosa Limone, which is beautiful. Somebody asked me, um, how potent is the rose? Is it overwhelming? And I said it's smooth. It's not, when you read rose in the name of a fragrance, many times it comes then boom, rose. Here it's a fresh rose, just another complete different thing.
Because
Absolutely.
this fragrance is an idea of garden, rose garden near the lake, near the water, near the sea, near the something, the watery parts. So it's very fresh. So there is a very luminous because the citrus note is very present and combined very well with the rose note. Um, is is fresh, luminous. Is a summer fragrance, but also you can use in winter. But I probably in summer give your more refreshing effect and energizing effect. It's based on a top note of citrus note, so lemon, mandarin, grapefruit, pink grapefruit, with a little bit of marine accord, but just a touch. After the base in the core curve note is rosy with the rosy is the main part, but there is also other flowers note. So ylang and jasmine, geranium that have a rosy note, but little bit metallic, little bit more fresh, that increase this energizing powering effect. And in the end, the fragrance became more smooth and more warm because the sandalwood is very present. Also, the agar wood, just a touch, is not an Middle East fragrance. But a touch of agar wood make it the composition warm and rounded.
So clever, because now that you said it, the agarwood, I you know, I'm not a nose that you can give a fragrance and I can tell you, hey, there's this. I'm more from the emotional
The,
part.
the best the
So
best way the
I'm
best
not
way
a
to
professional at
because
that.
the fragrance is emotion. So perfume need to need to the people that wear it. Okay, I'm feeling well. So this is the perfume.
A good feeling or even a better feeling. So and gives you the chance to give a day a certain theme or you know a dedication to something. And that's my part. You know, doing the rap videos, graphic design. I'm not a scientist that analyzes the perfumes in every little part. But as you said, agarwood. I was just about to understand that it is something
It
like
is the,
that in that. But before
just
I
a
can
touch.
tell
It's
you,
not the main note, but I use it to make the composition a little bit more warm and just a little bit more woody in the bottom, in the base note. Sorry, my English is imperfect.
such a beauty. Yeah, mine too. So I'm always searching for words. But we spoke in Milan, and it's the same thing in Italian for me. But hey, somehow we can
Ah, well, you
find a
speak
way to
Italian very
express
well.
ourselves.
No,
Oh,
no,
I'm
you
trying.
speak
I'm trying.
Italian very well.
Grazie mille. So wonderful. So we have Talco Rosa Limone, and now I think we should come to a fragrance that's yeah a good friend of mine from this Instagram community, which is Jonas about scents. He was in Milan, and he asked me, "Hey, do you have any tip to where to go and what to smell?" And I said, "You just need to go to Gianluca to Zor Perfumes." And he was there, and yeah, he came back from there, and he called me, and he was Osmanto shocked. So I think we should go to Osmanto shock because he loves it, and me too,
Thank you.
absolutely. Ciao Mauro, ciao Mauro. And yeah, it was one of the first ones that I knew. I knew mass complexity and Osmanto shock, and I just knew before when I guide Jonas there, he will find something beautiful, and he just fall in love with Osmanto shock.
Beautiful. So the name is shocking.
Addictive.
So the Osmanto is very, boom. Yes, it's very
Boom.
present. It's
Yeah,
a sort
yes.
of punch in the face, in the nose, because it's very strong. It's very explosive fragrance based on Osmanto. With because Osmanto had in his note a fruity part, uh, peach, apricot, and I try to exalt this part of Osmanto. So it's a floral, fruity fragrance. The main note is Osmanto, created by usage of so raw material. The freshness in the top note is make it by citrus accord with the mandarin and bergamot, but there is just a touch of no, just a touch is here is more than a touch of white peach accord that make the very fruity
Yeah.
note in the top note.
You, you choose some of the parts that you smell in the osmanthus and
Yes, I
just
developed
round it up with the fruits
the
notes
fragrance
that you
around my personal idea of Osmanto. So for me, Osmanto is very floral, but in the higher concentration is have also an animalic note. Mm. In the, uh,
but nothing that could say that you
yeah,
could feel like ooh
when
it's
when you smell pure, I
heaven.
thought I give the pure Osmanto to the people and say, oh, you smell this is Osmanto. Oh, So because it's very strong, so the fruity note is covered by this the animalic part, mm, and strange raw material. But in a right concentration, is beautiful. Is green parts and fruity like a apricot and peach. So very floral, obviously. Uh, and I developed around this idea the fragrance because osmanthus is also mm, narcotic. So this osmanthus shock is oh, we want to make it oh and stay along
You
on the
know,
on the skin.
the it's also you know you see this minimalistic little bottle somehow, and you spray, and just the spray is when you know sometimes when I use the spray, I do it like that, tap, 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 tap. But for with this one, it's like,
Yeah, because the pump is very
and
fantastic.
yes,
Also, the pump is
yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was a new experience for me, you know. But because I'm so used to it, to use my perfumes like I told you, tsa tsa tsa, and that's it. You could not do, and here you could spray a lot. And so I just what I wanted to say. You see this little harmless bottle, and there's coming out a
yeah.
beast. You know, boom, shock. So wonderful, so cool. And I'm just about to feel when you tell us about the process, your ideas, that you eventually were free, absolutely free. Yeah, is
Um,
it like that? To develop the fragrances, because you said, you know, my vision
yes.
there. So it's
Usually when we start this kind of project with this kind of brand and new launch is I say to you start 1 year and a half before the launch because um, I submit my idea to the customer, to the client, and after, step by step, we build the fragrance together. So I use my idea and take the idea of the owner of the brand and try to mix it. And when the brand is okay, for the brand is the fragrance is okay, they give me okay, we launch it. But it's a process that
the end is more than
a
okay.
process that very long and where you work together, we work together. So because I only um, try to create, make a shape to the idea of the customer with my sensibility um, and my professionality also. But okay, but is one step by step together. We working together. We need to change to exchange our idea. Mm.
Are fantastic. So it's wonderful that you work together. I hope it will go a long
So
time.
this is Mattershak is very very strong.
So
Very crazy, crazy.
yes, absolutely. I think one of the strongest. There is another that is very overwhelming, I think. But Osmanthus shock is one of these two that are very, very strong. Yeah. Um, Thank you so much for the information. I will come now to new leather, also a beautiful one.
That's the last one. I know. I added.
Use it.
So he's up.
Have to use this one even more because I didn't have a full wear of it until now, and I feel sorry about it now. I have to do it. I have to do it. So what is your vision on new leather? The name is just giving us already a little information. New leather.
We know though, obviously. The idea is to make quite a second skin. for the people that wear it, a second skin. So it's a warm, comfortable, spicy, but is not hard. It's soft. It's very soft, very rounded. So the spicy note and smoky note, because this is a smoky note also, is not very overwhelming, the fragrance. So they is very, very well balanced. Mm, Also saffron, so the classical note that we use in leathery, no, leathery fragrance, but with a uh, different sensibility. So very, very balanced. So not one is over one other. There's a round composition. Is a and
Okay. Okay.
I think it's like a suede, little bit very sophisticated. This is the idea that
Really nice. The part of it that it could be like sweat. It's that a little dryness in it. Is it correct? So this is what I smell. How is it possible to put something like that? Because you cannot take leather and scratch it out, and so you have
there
the
is a lot
leathery
of raw
notes. So
material that
this
make
is
the impression of a leather. So also natural that we don't use more the castoreum absolute, but there is a lot of reconstruction of castoreum. Also the quinolein, the isobutyl quinolein. So there's a lot of synthetic raw material that make the effect of the leathery styrax and also the vulcanized styrax. So the process that burn just the resinoid storace and make it more smoky. The birch, the birch tar essential add as smoky parts that make the effect of the leathery, the leathery in the queer, very strong queer. So the but also you can
that I hear
uh,
vulcanized. Wow. So
we
vulcanized.
can add on
Wow.
the pyrogenate because it's a process that burn the raw material and make it give it a new shade, a burn.
Can we imagine it like something like the creation of ashes, something like that? No, it's like
No,
burning
it's a
so much
different
that it goes to
process.
ashes or something. Okay, okay, okay. Wow. You see, we are learning here. We are learning here. Wonderful. So, I'm just asking myself, should I go to my absolute favorite one now, or should I go to the unique bubble? So, yeah, we will go on with mass
It's your
complexity.
favorite.
A fragrance, not my favorite. I have to say the truth is Queen of the
Also
Sea.
my.
Yeah, it came. Oh, cool, cool. It came out. It came out. I love uh, every fragrance of that. But one is more mine. One is not so much mine. Some is okay. But just the personal thing is the absolute personal thing is Queen of the Sea. So I know Dennis is here from Aus Liebe zum Duft. Every time we are speaking or chatting with WhatsApp, you know what? I'm wearing again mass complexity today because he absolutely loves it. You have to imagine he's there on Aus Liebe zum Duft, so many fragrances, and mostly every time we are speaking about, what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing mass complexity. So yeah, it's a wonderful fragrance. Is and for me, it's a surprising fragrance. It is a unique one, and I just remember that I was in a live session with a friend, Kai Potten, and he smelled it, and he was like, he looked at me like that because he couldn't imagine that the European house is coming with something like that. so much complexity. So and now I'm curious what you can tell us, everybody, about. Oh, look here, Dennis, my absolute favorite. Wow, that's a wonderful feedback, huh?
Max complexity
Wonderful.
is the hologram collection. So in the hologram collection, there is particularly things that there is in this uh, probably in the other that came, but in this one is max complexity. There is a five mask that are a sort of layering of the mask. So the five masks that work in the different parts of pyramid of the fragrance. At every mask reprise one characteristic of the first one. So the thing before, yeah. So the layering is the build like this. So mask that are two characteristics. The second mask have one characteristic of the first and add one other. So characteristic like
Wow, that explains the
yes,
word
this is very
complexity.
very
Wow, to
very
give that
complex.
idea.
To
Wow.
make it is very very
Wow.
very it was very challenging. And the fragrance is very sensual. Is a spicy musky note. Start with a citrus and the citrus is powerized by the ginger that is spicy but also have a citrus effect. After it became spicy and woody, very sensual, very round, very musky notes, very also very present notes of the sandalwood, and also in the middle in the kernel fragrance there is a cardamom that have an effective on the ginger, make it more fresh. And but the very change is to make
Playing around. It's playing with freshness, but then you have the thought, oh, hey, is it a
yes, it's
gourmand?
very,
What is it?
there is,
So, you know, that's
sometimes they say it's
complexity.
very good, it's
Yeah.
gourmand. Yes, no, it's sweet, but it is not gourmand because a sort of spicy inside.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, this is very long lasting. Is I think that there is probably one of the most appreciated fragrance of the collection because is strange,
Please.
but also is very, very, very wearable. Uh,
So when you smell so many things like I told you, I'm not a professional at all. I'm doing all with my emotion and everything, but I smelled a lot of things, and it's always wonderful to smell something, even if I do like it, but even if you don't like something and you are surprised. So this is something, wow, cool. Even if you would not wear it, but here it's different. I wear it, um, but it's so nice to be surprised. So, and that's the point when I can say, "Wow, masterpiece!" And that's one.
Very
That's one. It's a masterpiece. So you
very
did very
complex
well.
fragrance, and the idea to have a layer of the mask it was a very very challenging, but okay. Is that the result is this? So okay, it's good.
This is one of the wonderful things that can happen now because of our contact, and that you said, "Hey, I will be with you." I'm so thankful. So because I couldn't tell the people about these wonderful details. I'm so thankful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Ah.
Okay,
so
so your
so
favorite.
and now, last but not least, my favorite. Here it is, Queen of the Sea. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
could wear it every day. So it's also, I think it's also a fragrance that is so easy to love. Many people, when it comes to fragrances that are easy to love, they say, "Oh no, it's not complex enough." Oh, it doesn't have to be always complex. Like this
no,
complexity is wonderful, but hey,
different is
this one
different. Is
here
another
is
kind of fragrance with his particular
yeah.
beauty in iodine note. So, uh,
I'm melting here.
the,
I love
the
it. I
idea
love
is
it.
to create something, the fragrance that had floral part, but very crystalline. So I choose a white rose in bloom. So very clean, crystalline, transparent, to make the to left the space to the iodine note, because the particular of this fragrance is an overdose of laminaria, the algae absolute, that have a very,
Yeah, yeah.
very mm, iodine note. There is not a classic marine with a oxonic watery, is a marine note, but iodine note. So after the amber, the gray amber accord is very important in this fragrance. But the balance between the white rose in bloom and the iodine note, for me, is the beautiful effect of this fragrance.
But is it you also somebody how you create this crystal effect? Is it something that is invented,
Yeah.
or is it a raw
And
material that you
there's
found,
that of
or
parts of my
okay?
work to invent and try. I so because the if usually the rose are opulent, heavy, red. I want to create a clean rose, white. I need to have more space for the algae, so to the absolute of the algae, to the iodine note. Because if I use an accord red rose, this part don't come to the nose. So I need to, is a creator. There is a raw material that make a rose effect, and uh, when you the balance is make a different accord.
You're making me curious. I have there's coming a question in me for you. Is it like that when you have the vision of a fragrance? Is there something like an image, or have you got an image
Yeah.
for Queen of the Sea? Is there something
Yes,
that
I
drove you
imagine. No,
to bring out
no, no. I
this
have a
beautiful
perfect
fragrance?
image of this fragrance because when I start to study to create this one. I I have an perfect remember memories of or a beach of Corsica. In Corsica, there is a beach that is called Palombaggia, that have around um, a garden, and also in the corner of this place, this beach, there is a lot of algae, and you can smell it when there is dark, and in the evening, the odor of the algae is very, very present. And also is mixed by the garden, and so I create this of the memories of this place.
Professional, this is really personal.
Yes,
So in that, we could say that, yeah.
but
You, wow.
also is the same memories that Cindy had, and we mix together. Is not a classical marine fragrance.
Absolutely not. It's wonderful. And you know what? In 3 or 4 days, I will go in vacation. I will absolutely take Queen of the Sea with me. It will not be Corsica, but I'm curious about Corsica also right now. So
If you
one
go
day I have
there,
to go there. So just to
I
find
give
out
you
some more
some
about.
places to go in. Very, very beautiful.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so you know the zone, and yeah, I will absolutely ask you to go there. Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, so we had these six that are now in the shop of Aus Liebe zum Duft, and I'm so proud of it that it's now possible to get them here in Germany. But there is also one that came out. We talked about it before. and it will absolutely come also in the shop. Absolutely, it is
Caramello.
vanilla caramello. The caramello vanilla, yes. And there, I invite you to tell us about that fragrance also. But the thing that was for me so different, so many times when I read caramello or caramel when in the naming for a fragrance, I'm just waiting for the salty part because everyone is playing with that, so the taste that everybody knows it's good and like that. So, but caramello vanilla is different from me, and I think it's an absolute beautiful addition to the line. And so we get back to the point. Every fragrance is absolutely different. Origin for
Vanilla is
caramello vanilla.
gourmand, so it's the sweetness a go-go, the very, very vanilla part, but vanilla is not only sweet. Vanilla, vanilla absolute, l'assoluta di vaniglia, add spicy note inside. Is floral, is spicy with a phenolic note, and also add some add also has also a animalic note. The natural absolute of vanilla. This fragrance is built around the vanilla absolute. So is warm, obviously sweet, but with a touch of floral part in the top note. And the caramel note, the caramel is sweet, but also have a burning part, a smoky, not smoky, burning part. It's different. And make it the composition of, so I don't know how to say you, a dessert. So you want to eat yourself when you spray it.
Yeah, exactly. I have this little part in another video when I said so. Hey, I'm closing now the video because I have to bite in my arm. I just don't want to see to make you see this. So and it's absolutely like that. You wear caramello vanilla and you feel like I want to eat myself. So yeah, it's a wonderful thought. Absolutely. Wow.
Like a
So
creme brulee.
cool. So
A
cool.
kind of
So
like,
the part when you said it's burning but not smoky. I had this visual
yeah.
also, creme brulee. So in the last part, it has something like that. Yes.
I also had that. So there is a part, the floral part inside, because it's yes, it's sweet, but it is not only a gourmand fragrance. So there is a little bit of frangipani and also other white flower. Okay, you want to
Simple it could not be so simple when you put out something. It has to be a
because
little, a little touch of extra.
my end usually and my mind just when I build a fragrance, I do a lot of trial because usually I do a skeleton formula, and after I want to add some different nuance to the formula. So I add 1 gram of this, and so it's very complicated to balance. After check, I I submit to the customer the fragrance when I reach my goal. When I say okay, for me it's okay, I can submit to the client. After is the client say okay, but or okay, yes, no, we go. Uh, And it's just very complicated to create something that can have a new original notes, and is not only on style exercise. So when there's a fizzo di stile, you can translate for me because I don't know how to say.
esercizio di Stile, ein, eine Aufgabe, ein Erarbeiten eines Stils. This is the right, yeah. So you're just working until you feel, hey, there is the special part of it. It's not so it's not so simple. It's not already known. There is the special part in it, and I think every little fragrance of these has that. So this is the mission is completed. New notes, new ways, perfect, wonderful. So I think so. Now I only have to can say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I learned a lot. I think everybody learned a lot. And again, grazie, grazie mille. Spero che ci incontriamo di nuovo, forse alla
Forse la
Pitti.
picchi, sì.
Non lo so
Potrei
se ci
esserci, non lo
beccheremo.
so, non lo so,
Ok,
dipende, non lo so. No, veramente non lo so. Grazie a te per
ok, ok,
l'invito.
ok.
Sono
Vediamo.
molto contento di parlare è stato molto mi fa piacere parlare con te perché so che ci tenevi e sono contento, mi piace quando, cioè, tutto questo trasporto nelle cose è la mia passione, cioè, vivo anche mi piacciono queste cose qua. Soprattutto per una persona appassionata sono stato molto contento, veramente. Grazie mille. No,
Che onore.
ma
Grazie Cristian. Ci
grazie a te,
sentiamo, eh?
assolutamente.
Thanks to everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Ciao.